Have you guys ever wondered why a woman just ghosted you instead of actually telling you, hey, this is not gonna work out, or instead of actually giving you a reason why she doesn't want to be with you, or why she doesn't want to mess around with you anymore, why she doesn't want to talk to you anymore? Instead of giving you an example, instead of sitting down or even try to work things out with you, she just ghosted you. Have you ever wondered why you message her, you text a woman and she doesn't respond to you, and then you text her again and she said, oh, sorry, I didn't see you, I forgot to reply? Or have you wondered why a woman takes 5, 6, 7 hours to respond to your message? Have you wondered why after you tell a woman who is really interested in you, who has really high initial interest in you, that hey, you should come over so we can hang out, she just stops, her interest level just drops. She kind of starts acting wishy-washy after she was showing really high interest like 5 minutes ago. As soon as you give her an offer that she didn't like, as soon as you set up a plan to go do something that she didn't want to do, instead of telling you that hey, we should do this instead, or hey, I don't like this, instead of being straight up upfront honest about it, she kind of just starts acting wishy-washy. Have you ever wondered why women will always talk mad shit to you online, send you long paragraphs of stuff, and starts to pick fights with you and stuff, but as soon as you see them in person, they'll avoid you like 100 yards away. If they see you 100 yards away, they'll just turn around and go another direction. They won't even look at you. They won't even acknowledge that you're there. They won't even acknowledge that you exist. When she was fooling around with you in your bedroom last week, have you ever wondered why women can never be upfront with you about anything? If they want to cause any kind of harm to you, if they want to do things behind your back to give you bad outcomes in your life, they will never confront you up front. They will always do it behind your back and stab you behind your back. Have you ever wondered why she always keeps another man ready on the side? So as soon as things don't work out between you guys, she just jumps ships. It's because she's very passive aggressive, fellas. Passive aggressiveness is one of the top women's quality. One of the top quality of a woman is passive aggressiveness. If you're a man, you should never ever be passive aggressive, ever. Okay, now you might say, what if, Zeke, what if I'm in a situation where I hate being in that situation, I hate going through the things I'm having to go through on a day-to-day basis, but I can't do much about it. So how should I get back at that person? First of all, fellas, a man should never even consider getting back at somebody. And the reason behind that is simple. What are you getting out of it? What are you accomplishing out of putting your valuable time and energy thinking about a plan, coming up with a plan to harm somebody else, to make somebody else mad, to make somebody else's life miserable, just because they did that to you? What are you getting out of it? What is the point? The harm that they have caused you has already been done. Now, I'm not talking about, if somebody killed your family members, you're not going to take him to court. I'm not talking about if somebody stole your stuff, you're not going to report to the police. I'm not talking about if somebody messed up something in your life and you have the chance to go sue them and win money, and you're not going to do it. I'm not mentioning any of that. Obviously, if you are getting something out of it and it's worthwhile your time and putting into it, if your return on investment is higher than what you put in, or at least equal or even, yes, you should obviously go for it. I'm saying the passive aggressiveness. Us men, we should be straight up front, up forward with other men and women. Everyone. Men, women, and children. These little kids need to learn this stuff. Our next generation, younger men, needs to learn this stuff, how to be a real man. This is one of the qualities of a real man, is we need to be able to take charge of doing things the way we want or getting out of it. Either things are gonna go the way I want, or I'm not gonna be a part of it. Now, yes, I understand that there are situations in your life where you're in a job that you don't like the job, you don't like your boss, and you hate going to that work every day. But you still need that job as of right now because you're saving money from it to start something else on the side. Yes, I understand that. You don't have to be passive aggressive on that either. What you have to do in that situation is suck it up. Make as much money as you can or as you need to start your other thing on the side. And as soon as the other thing that you started on the side takes off, as soon as you no longer need this job that you hate going to, ditch it. Move on to the next thing. But you should never be passive aggressive. Guys who grew up in single family household, single mother, especially single motherhood family household, those guys, those boys, those quote unquote men have this as a very high, have a very high tendency of being passive aggressive because that's what they grew up seeing their mom doing. Their mother was doing the exact same thing when they were growing up, and she's still doing it. You know, your girlfriend, she doesn't like something you do. What does she do? She throws a fit, or she withholds sex from you. These are all forms of passive aggressiveness. Only females do this. Only women do this. This is a very important characteristic when you're talking about understanding female nature. And the reason why they do it is very simple, fellas. It takes us back to, again, as everything else, to the human imperative, human incentive, back in the caveman days, where the human incentive was to survive from all these wild animals and other people coming in our society and killing us and taking over our stuff. That was the main incentive, right? Main purpose is to survive through life. Women had to be passive aggressive. If they weren't, if they were confrontational, then they would get their heads chopped off. They had to comply with whatever, they had to comply with whoever was in charge. And if they didn't like something that person was doing, they had two options. One, shut up and suck it up, or two, be passive aggressive, so that guy picks it up. Usually, for the most part, what I think has happened to us as a human race is that women initially were going with the first option, where if they didn't like something, they just had to shut up and suck it up. Eventually, from that characteristic, from that nature, from that characteristic developing in their nature, they built up this passive aggressiveness. So in my opinion, I don't know this, so I haven't found this anywhere. This is just an opinion. What I think happened was females were originally sucking up and shutting up and going along with whatever, or going along with whoever was in charge. Whatever that man says happened. That's how she went along with it, because she had no other choices. Otherwise, she was gonna get killed or raped. And then eventually, since she has never, since I can't even talk right now, kind of tired. Sorry about that. Since she never stood up for herself, eventually, that became a part of her DNA. So the second thing came after the first thing, and the second thing was being passive aggressive, which is anytime she didn't like something, she started throwing fits instead of doing something about it, because biologically, because from a very early human race age, women weren't able to do anything about it. And that just built up in their DNA as generations after generations after generations moved along. But as generations after generations moved along, we as humans built a better society where, okay, barbarianism is not practiced anymore, of where other men don't just come in and take our stuff. We have put laws and stuff in play, which is why women started seeing that, okay, maybe I have a better situation now where my voice can be heard a little bit better. Maybe I can get the things I want now a little bit more than I used to. because now we have equal rights. Now we quote unquote care about women. Even when the slave days, when women didn't have as much power, even then they started knowing that, okay, men probably care about us a little bit more now than they did 500 years ago before that. But since they have that original nature inside of them of not doing anything about it, that's why they don't stand up and be vocal or be confrontational. They act passive aggressive when they don't get something that they want, when things don't go their own way. I had my wisdom tooth pulled out yesterday, so my mouth keeps getting dry. My mouth hurts, fellas, and I'm still making these videos for you guys. And you want to sit there and give me excuses why you're not where you want to be in your life? Who are you? Whose time are you wasting? Your own life's time, man. Your own time. Anyways, I don't want to go on a different tangent from this. So, fellas, just accept it. That's the best thing you can do about it, is just accept it and move on. Use this nature, just know that this is how they are, accept it, and use this in your own benefit. If you know that she's acting passive aggressive, that's when you know that you probably did something she didn't like, or you need to tighten up your game with her. These are cues and hints you need to pick up that, okay, this didn't push our button, I'm gonna try something else now. Instead of keep doing and saying the same exact thing to her. They will never be upfront with you, they'll always be confrontational. So don't sit there and throw a fit like women do. Don't sit there and act passive aggressive like women do. I have no respect for guys who act passive aggressive, because that's just, my head is screaming to me that, oh, this guy is just a complete woman. He has no backbone. Hope this video made sense. Give this video a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, stay blessed, stay beautiful, and above all, stay classy.